secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them. There's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Mississippi State's offense will have the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Snagged in the middle. It's fired. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught in the backfield. It's Abraham. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Finds a tight end. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. Looking to throw on first down. grabs behind the line. It's Abraham. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
They're working that left side. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got his man on the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Catch in the middle. It's high. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Got it, looking for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. And that is no good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. The Tigers' offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the...
Turning it on! And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Tigers are in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Complete to the right. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got a man. It's Hicks. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Off play action. Finds his tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the field goal unit is on the field. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Quarterback making checks. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. From the gun. Looking for a huge play. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
That's reeled in. It's fired. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Trying play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and made. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone.
that's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Zings it complete to the right. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they like, because here they come, right back on the ball to run another play.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's high. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
A defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
To throw, it's Peppers. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Cover guys do their job and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy can catch it or nobody can catch it.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Going right to work up top. Caught over the middle. It's high. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Fires on the move. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Mississippi State right back to the line.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rides the back and leaves it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. This is now a 7-point game. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The hand to the running back. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Peppers. It's complete on the right side. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Listen, at this point, at the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
Fires to the tight end.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's the head. Nice move there. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Makes the grab. There he goes. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tiger.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's high. Gets it inside the 40. Brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Got him downfield. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Missouri wants to go fast.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Peppers. Lofts one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the catch. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play, the fact that they forced the turnover. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Gets it to him on the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The play action fake. He's going to run it. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
With the catch, it's high. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. On the ground, it's Wood. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Steps away to find some room. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And, man, that's frustrating for an offense. You got a little something going. You had a little bit of momentum, but they've got to do a better job of protecting their guy, keeping him upright, letting him go make some plays for this offense. That's the only way he's going to get hot. They got to give him more time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And a big deflection on third down forces a fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. That is no good. After the missed field goal, still down by 11.
Man, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening. 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. So now it's 2nd and long.
29 Philly.
To the air, it's Peppers. It's complete to the right.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the ACC. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by just 1 over Stanford. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Looking downfield on 1st down. He lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the 1st half, and here they are in the 2nd half defending a deep ball.
So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Finds his man. It's high. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away, and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give it to the back. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So we open the final period with a third down play. The corners are walked up tight. Wants to throw. It's Peppers. Throws for the tight end. It's caught downfield. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Makes the catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a first and goal from the 5.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Returns it inside the 30 to the 29, and after the interception, they'll try to cash it in with a score.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Snagged out of the air. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
He wants to change this route. Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Abraham. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
And it's incomplete on third down.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The sure hands, it's high. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. This time he's got it. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Using the quick game. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Mississippi State right back to the line. They just keep firing. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
He might want another play. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Bowie. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Peppers. This time he's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 15. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? With the run on 1st and goal. Fights off a defender. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Missouri! They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Gets the back moving. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his man. It's high. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst.
Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Bulldogs will hustle to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Makes the catch. It's Abraham. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll run play action. Here's the pressure. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job.
He's got it. First down and more. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Wants to throw again. The throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's high. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The hurry up now. 2nd down, clock ticking. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. One-possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high-percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
Under fire. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got it in the middle. It's Hicks. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. 4th down coming. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Might be calling a hot route. He'll start this drive going to the air. On target to the left. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time.